Hey guys, happy Vlogmas. Thanks for watching. In today's video, I wanted to take you guys through some of my favorite reads of 2025, and I don't have all the physical copies with me, but I'll paste a picture of each book that I don't have so you can see it as well. Some of them are at my apartment in Miami, and I'm in Ohio right now for Christmas. But without further ado, let's get started. The first book I read in 2025, and I gave it 4 stars, is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. It follows a woman named Nora who finds herself in a magical library between life and death. Each book in the library represents a different phase of her life, and she's able to pull them off the shelf and go back to that phase. It's really relatable because there's a lot of times in our life where we'll say we wish we did something different because then we'd have a different outcome now, and it kind of plays that out for you with her in her life, and she faces a lot of regret, purpose, and she starts to understand what truly makes her life so special. I did not expect to relate to this book so much, but it was so good, and you should definitely add it to your 2026 TBR. Next is The Things We Do for Love by Kristen Hanna. I randomly grabbed this one because I just didn't know what to read. I was so blown away. I love Kristen Hanna books, but this was such an unexpected good read. You have 2 main characters. The first one that we meet is a woman who is struggling with fertility. She meets a young teenager, a troubled teenager, and they start to form a connection. As their bond deepens, the 2 of them confront heartbreak, forgiveness, and the lengths that people will go for love. This is such a book of resilience, and I loved every second of it. It's so gripping and so real. And I gave this 4 stars on Goodreads. The next book I read is The Midwife of Auschwitz. I love historical fiction, especially centered around World War II, and this follows a pregnant woman who is imprisoned at Auschwitz, and she is forced to be a midwife. She risks everything to protect mothers and their children, and it takes you on such a deep, sad, but inspiring story. The story explores survival, sacrifice, and the strength of women in the face of evil. It is so good. And I also gave this one 4 stars, and I have the second one in the series on my TBR for 2026. This next one was my first 5-star read of 2025, and it's Homefront by Kristen Hanna. Again, one of my favorite authors. This is also a historical fiction, and it follows a mother who is deployed to go to war, but her family doesn't necessarily support it, her husband and her kids, and they're forced to navigate not having her around, and he has to try to hold the family together when she's not there. You will not be able to put this book down. My first summer read that I read was One Golden Summer. I gave this 3 stars on Goodreads, but I said 3.75. It's just a little bit cheesy, but it is such a good read. A woman finds herself back at this lake that she grew up going to. She goes with her grandma, and she's forced to face the decisions that she's made in her life to be where she's at now. And there's unexpected connection and a lot of character growth. Now, my first psychological thriller that I read in the fall was She's Not Sorry. Oh my gosh, this was absolutely insane. It follows a woman who experiences unexpected tragedy, and slowly you start to realize that maybe it's not an innocent accident and there's some darkness behind it. And as secrets start to unfold, you start to realize that not everyone is being truthful about what happened, and I never would have guessed the ending in this. It's truly shocking, and you realize the extent people will go to keep certain things buried. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Probably one of my favorite books I've read all year was Summer in the City by Alex Astor, who's actually normally a fantasy writer, I believe, but this is a romance book. This woman returns to New York City for the summer, and she unexpectedly reconnects with someone from the past who she really never developed a deep relationship with, but just someone that she came across in passing. It's set against the vibrant backdrop of New York City, which I think is the best location for a romance novel, and it's truly magical. I cannot wait for her new romance book that comes out in 2026. And I gave this 5 stars on Goodreads. My next read is a fiction book. It's a 4-star read on Goodreads for me, and I did not expect to like this one as much as I did. The story follows a woman who discovers that her apartment lets her slip back in time 7 years. So every time she enters and exits, it takes her to a different time period. And 7 years prior, she meets a man during one of the slips, and she's hoping that maybe in the real life, 7 years in the future, she's able to find him again. It's really interesting. I loved the plot. I thought it was such a unique story because a lot of times romance novels follow the same plot, but this one was so unique. I hope you found a good book to read in 2026. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.